Should we talk about your robe? It's a nice one, isn't it?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit flashy. You don't have anything on underneath. What do you normally sleep in?
My Y fronts.
I like a Y front because it keeps everything in place.
No, I haven't actually got Y fronts, but if I did, I would only wear them to bed. You can't be on the streets with them.
Yeah, but no one's going to see them on the street.
How do you know?
How often do you get your pants out?
Quite often, actually. I've got changed a lot.
You don't just run down the street going, way, freedom.
Like a streaker. I miss streakers. I think your thing's broken.
Do it again.
You gotta put money in it. You gotta put money in the meter.
I'm Claira Hermit. This is In Bed with Claira. And joining me in the bed today, he is an actor, he's a comedian. You may know him from things such as Saf, Let's Flats, Man Like Mobeen, and Ghosts. His name is Kiell Smith-Bynoe. I don't know what that last one was.
Oh my gosh. You got me in bed.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's been years. I've known you for years.
Yeah.
Never been in bed before.
Would you say we're friends?
I think so.
I think so.
I think we probably need to spend more time together and know more about each other's lives now.
Right.
But I would say so. Because we've shared some quite good experiences over the years.
Oh, defo. What's your favourite?
The one where we were pranking people.
That's my favourite.
Yeah, that's the best.
I thought you'd have forgotten about that.
I'll never forget about that. It's the funniest thing ever. And we pretended that we were auditioning people for a film, didn't we? And we were the judges.
Did I ever show you any of it?
No.
I don't think I have it anymore. I spilled tequila on my laptop.
Did you? And it disappeared?
Yeah.
You lost it forever?
I only lost one file.
And that was it. I think it is probably best that it was lost. It did get a bit out of hand.
Yeah, you were outrageous.
Yeah. I was just following instructions.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you were good though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Did you think I was a good actress?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a good actress.
You did that like you were going to ask me another question.
One?
Did you think I was a nice person? Did you think I have a good personality?
Just a good actress, because I don't think I'm good at doing acting.
Really?
I think I'm just good at being myself.
You were yourself though. You were acting as yourself.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like completely yourself?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I was a bit wild. I think I was a little bit an extroverted version of myself in that particular scenario.
I do believe so also too.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that we got there. When it comes to kind of acting, because that's what you do, just in case anyone didn't get that from the introduction, does that help within relationships? Like, can you act instead of react, you know?
Well, acting is reacting.
Okay, pause. Say, for example, people react from emotions.
Yeah,
Could you
sure.
be like, no, I can override those emotions and I can act like this, or I can act like that?
Yeah, I guess so, but I wouldn't really do that in a relationship. More like when the police come.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
You're a funny guy. We know that.
Thanks.
That's okay, no worries. Does being funny make it easier for you to woo the ladies?
That's what they say, isn't it?
Do they?
Yeah. And Steve-O had that hat, remember? Funny gets funny.
Yeah, funny gets funny. Does that work though for you? I'm asking for you personally.
I guess so. I personally believe that I've glowed up in the last... I'm not at my final form. I think I will be in my 40s.
Right.
I think I'll be like DILF. Until then, I think I'm like on my way. And I think I was always punching above my weight.
And you think it's the funny that helps you punch above your weight?
I think so, yeah.
The funny that helps you get the really top tier fanny.
But also I've got fucking nice suits.
I mean, that's it, isn't it? Nice suits equals nice fanny. That's what they say. I've heard that. I also wanted to ask you about the fact, so you recently did Taskmaster.
Yes.
Which is very funny. You're very competitive.
I am, yeah.
And there is kind of like this, I mean, not an inner demon, like demon's probably a bit of a strong word.
I think monster.
Yeah, that came out, this inner monster that comes out. Are you competitive like that when it comes to sex as well? In terms of like making sure that your partner, making sure your partner has a good time? Because I think guys can sometimes get like that, you know, it's like, until she's had an orgasm, I haven't completed the task.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yes.
But there was a but.
There was a but like I'm thinking like I haven't always been like that. You know, that's something you learn with time.
Were you quite selfish when you were younger?
Yeah, I was. Was shagging. And the reason I say shagging is because I feel like shagging is just like trousers down to like your thighs.
Yeah.
Quick in and out. Off you go.
Top shagger.
But then I started like having sex and making love.
Do you think you can make love to somebody even if you're not in love with them?
Yes. You can act.
Here comes the acting.
I think you can just have a really nice romantic time. Not necessarily just like back of a festival with your hat on.
Hat still on. Just pull your shorts and your boxers down a bit. Not that I've done that, because I have not.
Also, I started quite late.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
17. And that's quite late compared to quite a lot of my friends. I guess I did a bit of like trying to catch up with my mates who were like, oh, so how many girls have you had sex with when you were like 18? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, it's 5. And stuff like that. Obviously, my number's still 3.
So that meant that you didn't really know what you were doing. It's just like, if I stick it in, it counts as 1.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a win. It's a win for me. I'm going to stack up those numbers.
I think there was a bit of that. Toxic.
Toxic, very toxic. Did you enjoy that sex when you were younger, though?
I don't know. The reason why I asked you when you said competitive sex is because, like, you know, that's what like lads' holidays were when you were like 18.
Just to get numbers, you mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't mean competitive in that way.
I see.
I meant competitive.
I know, but when you said it, that's what came to my head first.
Yeah, that you were like, right, all right, lads, let's get the tally chart out.
Yeah. Do you think I sounded like that at 18?
All right, lads.
Come on in, boys.
Let's get the tally chart out.
Yeah, there was a bit of that. Napa 08.
That was the year, was it?
Yeah. You've been Napa?
Oh, I did go to Napa. And Tenerife I did as well.
I went to Napa at 18 and I took £400 for 10 days.
Yeah, wow. That's £40 a day. Yeah. That's quick maths. When I went to Tenerife, I think I was 16 and I went with my sister and her boyfriend and my best friend and I had a one-night stand on that holiday.
Nice, on a balcony?
No, it wasn't on a balcony.
In bed?
It was in a bed.
Romantic!
Woohoo! There was another occasion where my best friend and I met these 2 guys and we went back to their room. You know when people had their beds next to each other in the same room?
Yes.
And I was like, this is really uncomfortable for me. So I went into the bathroom with the guy that I was chatting to, but I didn't really fancy him. So I was like, right, how am I gonna, make sure this doesn't end up where I don't want it to? So I laid in the bath and then I just talked shit to him all night. And my friend was sleeping with his mate in the bedroom, so good. Did you have any good stories from your...
You laid in the bath?
I laid in the bath, yeah. Not with him, he was outside.
Yeah, outside, like sat on the toilet or something?
Yeah. Do you think the kind of sex that you were having back in 08 Napa days, that the girls you were having sex with were enjoying it?
It's difficult to say. Because it was like that for some girls as well. There were some girls that were just going out there to bang. We were all at an age, late teens, 18, 19, 20, that like, in terms of like, it becoming more of a widely known thing that like, sex isn't just for boys. No. Do you know what I mean? And like, some girls were like, just having sex, not realising that they could have, they could do it and enjoy it like properly, rather than just having a little bit of a nice time for 5 minutes, max. There were some girls that were just like, oh yeah, I banged him, but like, I guess when they got older and had proper sex and realised that they could really love it and enjoy themselves, they were like, oh, none of that shit counts.
It doesn't count. Just wipe the slate clean with all of those things, because it doesn't really mean anything. How did you learn about sex and female pleasure, essentially?
I don't know, age, I guess. You just like age, experience, older women.
How much older?
Some years.
You're just answering politicians' answers. It's like, how can I say nothing but say something?
I don't know. When I was like 21, there was a woman that I met that was probably like late 30s.
Okay.
Not much older than that.
Okay.
It wasn't crazy gaps.
That is still quite like...
It's a considerable gap. Yeah.
I've just turned 40, and for me, the idea
You're great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The idea of me sleeping with like a 20-year-old seems mad to me, because they're like a kid. I'm old enough to be their mum.
Yeah.
And also, they wouldn't know what they were doing. It would be like, I mean, some of the guys that I've slept with are in their 30s and 40s. They haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing.
Yeah, true.
Let alone one that's in their 20s. What am I going to do with that?
She didn't mind.
You didn't mind, no? She taught me well.
Yeah, but I think it is. I think that was a huge part of it. And also, at that age, if you're in your late 30s, 40s, and you're having sex as a woman and you don't like it, I imagine you go, this is what you're doing wrong. Not I imagine, that is what happened.
Yeah, you feed back. But I think it's like, and I think that that's the way to go, and I have no problem with doing that. However, there are some people that are just beyond help. You know,
sure,
like,
yeah.
fair enough.
You know, like how some people don't have rhythm.
Yeah, like a bit like that. It's like you can give some people a little bit, you know, a little bit of coaching because every single person's body is different, so people are going to need that. However, there are some people who just don't get it.
Are you okay?
They don't get it.
Sorry.
The ones who think that when you give head, you just do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Whoever put that out into the world needs to be shot.
Oh my gosh.
That's not going to work.
You okay?
Do you do the alphabet?
What do you mean do the alphabet?
When you're going down on someone, guys think they just go and do the shapes of the
Really?
letters. Yeah, that's an actual thing.
I've never heard that before.
Well, it's stupid. Sorry.
Does it work?
No, because the whole point, I think, when it comes to kind of women and having a clitoral orgasm is doing the same thing. Like once someone's got that spot, that they stay at the same pace doing the same thing like for a period of time. The moment they change, I hate it. Like if you're with someone and you make a noise like, oh, I'm really enjoying this, and then they do something different.
Sure.
And the whole moment is lost.
When you're saying the alphabet, are we talking capitals or?
I mean, either way, small letters or capitals, it's not going to work.
Really?
It's not. It's just not going to work.
I'm trying to imagine it.
Well, you can do the
I'd do joined up lowercase.
Would you?
That's just me.
Okay.
If I was going to start.
You'd probably do a novel.
I'll write a little story.
Yeah, so you stop. Hold on a second, just got to write this down. It's really great. I can't miss this. Are you single at the moment?
No.
How did you meet your partner?
On set.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that in 2024, that's the best way to meet people versus dating apps? Because we're currently in a climate where it's like everything is online. You know, there's this real kind of sense that we don't do things in real life anymore because I guess like maybe facing rejection is too much. From your experience of like dating apps versus meeting people IRL, what's the best way to go? My last
3 relationships have come from people that I met in real life. But I've also had like flings. I haven't said fling in ages. That have been from someone that I've met online. When we look back at the stats, the most success has come from people that I've met in real life. I think it's just about like, you know, personality, and if your personalities match, and you can find that anywhere.
When you meet people in real life, you know that at that meeting point, right?
Yes.
Like it's not just about sexual attraction, whereas I think because apps are more so based on physical appearance, that, you know, it does lend maybe not for everybody, but more so like it's on a physical level, especially to start off with, rather than you meeting and it being not just about physical, it's also about in that moment.
Sure.
The chemistry and how you get on.
Yeah, true. But I've had some good first dates from like people that I've met on the internet.
Well, good first dates, because they've ended in flings.
Yeah, but then, the first dates, but then you realise that they're sick in the head. So that's happened.
Okay.
But, you know, that can happen with someone in real life as well. I don't really know the answer.
What advice would you give to people who, you know, are kind of wanting to meet people in real life more often and...
Get outside.
Yeah, just go out there.
A lot of my female friends who are single that are like my age moan about it, but they're not out. They're not going anywhere because we're tired. To be honest,
it happens when you get to this age. It's difficult to drag yourself out the house. You know.
But I'm a strong advocate for getting out of the house, no matter what age you are. But I think you've got to do these things in real life. I mean, some of my friends are trying like these apps that are like Thursday. Have you heard of that? Yeah,
where you go and meet on a Thursday. You can only message each other on a Thursday, and then you go to an event and meet each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A week.
Yeah.
Ages. You know, get out. What are you doing Friday, Saturday?
I'm outside, everybody.
It's nice to be outside.
I'm doing what you're talking about. I am single, yeah.
Right.
And so...
By choice?
No, I'd love to meet somebody, but I just can't find him. I can't find a decent one.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's slim pickings out there, I can tell you.
I imagine you to say something like you don't want someone who's in the industry.
No, it's not that at all. I just want someone who's nice. Someone who's nice and someone who wants to be in a relationship with me. And I find them attractive. Right. I think that's, you know, you've got to find them attractive. Yeah, funny. Huh?
You didn't see, like, you sort of just agreed with me a little bit. But
no, funny,
it doesn't seem like it's important.
It is, yeah.
Right, okay. How important?
It's really important that someone's funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Would it be in your top 5?
It is. If I write stuff down, like
Right,
someone who's
sure.
fun and funny is is right at the top. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
supportive, like all of those things are important to me. You
Yeah.
know, adventurous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but here I am,
Here we are.
single. You're in a show called Ghosts, which people might know about because it's huge.
Sure.
There are some stories of people who believe that they have sex with ghosts. Do you think that's possible?
What? What do you mean?
There's people who think that they have sex with ghosts. I've seen them on This Morning.
Yeah, but most of the people on This Morning are insane.
What do you think is actually happening then? Because they're saying then the ghost comes and has sex with them. What do you think's really happening?
They're having a nice dream.
Okay.
A ghost comes and has sex with them.
That's what it's not just one person, it's a phenomenon.
What are they talking about? A ghost comes and has sex with them and does nothing else.
Yeah.
It doesn't move some drawers, it doesn't open the cupboards, it just has sex with them.
Well, that's what they say.
I think that's bad news, and I don't believe them.
You don't think that's happening?
No.
I think it's in their imagination.
Yeah.
I've heard about women who can reach orgasm without touching themselves or anyone touching them.
Yes, I believe in that.
Yeah, so like I guess it's that same energy, right? Maybe that they're experiencing.
Oh, I see. As in, it's in the mind. They're using their imagination.
Yeah. And like feel, because if you put your intention somewhere, you can feel energy in different parts of your body,
Yes.
which, you know, they could potentially interpret as someone doing that to them when really
Right.
they're just doing it to themselves.
Yeah. I want those people banned from This Morning.
I might be single, but I'm not going to have sex with a ghost.
But it doesn't sound like it's up to you. These people are like, oh, the ghost just comes and has sex with me.
No, maybe they've invited them in. Maybe they just started with a little grope or whatever, and then they were like,
Well, they have to open the door.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
Have you ever learned anything good from porn? Because porn is cited as...
Don't watch porn.
Ever?
When I was younger, a friend of mine gave me this USB that had a lot of porn on it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch porn and just like watch it like I was watching like Friends or something.
Were you watching for the storyline?
Yeah. What's wrong with her sink and how's she going to get it fixed?
Dun, dun, dun.
I was like, oh, this is like nice to look at. But I wasn't watching it to like masturbate to.
It didn't turn you on?
I guess it did, but do you know what? I would watch it if I had like a link coming around. I'd
Get
watch,
you in the mood?
Yeah. I learned later that people watch porn to masturbate, and I was like, I don't know that.
What did you think it was for then? Just to watch it for like a movie? Like another genre of movie?
I honestly did.
Did you not think the storylines are a bit weak? They could, you know, pad this out a bit
This
more?
actor's terrible.
Yeah.
He's got a massive dick, but he's bad at acting. No, I didn't. I guess I was just watching it like in like an informative video.
Let me sit down.
That's how you do it.
Put my
Keep
glasses
your
on.
Timberlands on.
Notes?
And then, yeah, that was the last time I really watched porn.
Just not involved.
No. I mean, I'd watch my own videos.
Okay, so you've made your own videos and watched them back.
Maybe.
Well, you just said that. You said you've watched your own
Allegedly.
videos. Unless you've just filmed yourself wanking and watched that.
No.
No.
No, I have
It's
not.
with you with ladies.
Yeah.
Plural.
Once upon a time, yeah.
Wow,
Allegedly.
Here it comes. Allegedly, here comes the truth. I've never filmed myself having any sex.
Really?
And I'm 40. Never done it.
Have you wanted to, but never, like, was shy?
It's not that I'm shy. It's that my ultimate fear is that it gets out into
gets
public
out,
domain.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
And I think the ramifications of that are really different for men and women.
As in your whole family becomes famous and then you...
Like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen to everyone who has
sure,
a sex
of course.
tape, you know, but like, look, I think that men can just kind of go, woo, and carry on. Whereas for women, it can be really, really detrimental.
100%, I agree. But wouldn't you trust it even if it was on, like, your phone?
I mean, maybe, but what happens if someone hacks
Or
my
your
cloud?
camcorder?
My camcorder.
Yeah.
Maybe. I did say to somebody, like, that let's film it and then obviously watch it back, but then can we delete it? And they were like, no, there's no point doing that.
Right. What you could do is set up a camera that is linked to a screen and watch whilst you're doing it.
Have you ever done that?
Huh?
Have you ever done that?
Pardon?
You sound like a man who's speaking from experience.
I'm just saying, if you plug in your laptop to a projector and we're on, I don't know, something like FaceTime or Skype where you can watch yourself but you're not connected to anyone else, you could see whilst.
Yeah, you sound like a man who's talking from experience. Okay.
I just think that's possible. I know a lot about tech.
Something to try out. I was going to ask about your favourite porn category, but now we know it's just yourself.
Yeah, I just don't. I never got into it. I also like. I don't know. This is a weird thing to say. As an actor, I'm looking at them going, they're acting. I don't believe like.
But that's the truth, isn't it? Like when I've spoken to like sex workers on the show before, or people who work in sex education, ultimately that's what it is. It's not real. It's like when you're acting, if it's a sci-fi film or it's all everything's exaggerated and fake essentially, and porn is exactly the same. Yet we have a lot of young minds watching it, thinking that this is real sex, and that's not good.
It isn't.
On that note, what's one thing that you wish everyone knew about sex?
I guess it doesn't have to start and end like right there. Like you can pause having with like no one finishing. Just have some nuggets and get back to it.
Yeah, you can top up your energy.
Yeah. I never considered that as a young man. I was just like, you start sex until you finish sex. But I was like learning things that you can be like, oh, actually, let's put this on pause for it. Let's have a little break. Get Deliveroo on. Get
a Deliveroo on, like you're cooking it, like get dinner on, but actually no, I'm just ordering a Deliveroo.
Yeah, and sometimes more enjoyable that way.
I think it is, like when the pressure is off.
You've got something to get back to.
But when the pressure's off as well, because I think like if you're feeling like you need to make that person come, if you're feeling like you need to come, like sometimes that pressure, I mean, I'm sure it's the same for men as well, but especially for women, like when you get really in your head about something, you can't enjoy it. So if the pressure is off and you're literally just there to have a good time, like, and orgasm isn't the ultimate goal, but just having a good time is, it's like you leave the engine running in a car.
Yes.
That's what it's like.
It is leaving the engine running.
You're not revving it.
Running.
You're just leaving it ticking over.
Yeah.
And then you can get straight back on the gas.
Petrol's expensive though, isn't it?
Yeah. But energy is free, especially if you have the nuggets.
Love that.
I know. No?
Yeah, sure. If you want to go to some spoken word nights and say that.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in bed?
I don't know if I'd say embarrassing, but traumatic was snap the string. It's as bad as you think it is, worse. Whatever you think it is, it's worse than that.
Was there blood?
Oh, yeah. Loads. It's bad. I remember exactly where I was, who I was with, how it felt, all of that. It's horrific.
What's the treatment for that?
Nothing. You can't do anything. You have to just leave it and it fuses back together.
Yeah.
The body's incredible. Isn't science wonderful?
Science is wonderful.
But it is, you just got to sit down and wait.
Just sit there like that.
Yeah.
Was it different after that? Was it ever the same again for you?
Yeah. Eventually. Okay. But the healing process is like, I don't know, like 2 weeks or something. But like, it's hell. Yeah.
Snap the string.
Yeah.
Never had that one before.
You don't want it.
No.
It'll put you off for a bit.
Yeah.
Put her off for ages.
Did it?
Stopped answering my calls.
Oh. I mean, it's probably worse for you than her, or no? Was she just as traumatised? She's like, I've broken him!
Yeah. No, I don't really remember. It was a long time ago, but it was, because I was like, oh my gosh, you're bleeding. Because I didn't feel the pain at first. I was like, oh my gosh, you're bleeding. So, what is all this? And I was like, no, I'm bleeding real bad.
How long did it take for the pain to kick in?
Maybe like 40 seconds after I noticed that it was me. And then I felt like a searing, hot, burning pain. It's bad.
Oh my God.
Would not recommend.
What's the wildest thing you've ever done in bed?
I guess like, I don't think this is very wild. Like hotel balconies and stuff like that. I think like, it's just part of that Napa 08 experience.
What, having sex on a hotel balcony?
Yeah.
Were other people watching you going, woo, woo, woo.
Go on, you can do it.
Yeah.
Go on. Go on. You got this.
Were they?
Square it to the left. A little bit, yeah. Where was I? No, I don't think I've been to Malia. It was one of them once. She's married now.
Okay, you could quickly skip through that story. So you met her,
She wasn't married then.
No,
Okay.
you had sex on the balcony.
I hope.
And then now she's married.
Yeah, listen. Everyone who I've had sex with on a balcony is now married. That's the answer. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
No,
So, ladies, if you want to end up married, you're in a relationship now, you can't.
Yeah. Those doors are closed.
Yeah.
That balcony gate is latched.
Yeah, not really, but...
What I'm saying is that I don't really think there has been much wild stuff from me. Sorry.
I think you just don't want to
Vanilla.
I think you don't really want to tell us the truth.
I honestly can't think of anything.
No, but yeah,
I'll text you if
have you had sex with multiple people at once?
Huh?
Because I think that's wild.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's wild. No, actually, do you know what? I think maybe it is. Yeah. If it's like, yeah. If someone was to have sex with multiple people, maybe that is a bit wild.
Yeah, okay. Because I think it's just the logistics.
What, as in the admin?
No, like the logistics of how it works when there's like one of you and two of them,
Right.
you know, like how that, because when there's just two of you,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of, you take it in turns or you're both.
Sure.
But when there's a third person, or a fourth person, it can get a
Got to
little.
get a rota, cool shit.
Yeah, you've got to manage it all well.
Yeah.
Do you have a fantasy?
Yeah, but I did it recently.
What was it? Are you allowed to tell us?
Hotel jacuzzi, not like the public one, in the room. And there was like, what am I doing?
A massive...
Oh, window.
It was, oh, right, okay, so you're looking out.
Yeah, to the sea.
Oh, lovely. Very romantic.
It really was.
It's quite a romantic kind of fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's your best advice for being good in bed?
I don't know, man. It's difficult. You've got to because even learning to listen to someone's body is hard. We don't have that as a default. You've got to learn that. If my answer was listening to someone's body, you have to even learn how to do that to be able to do it. So I don't know.
So wouldn't your answer be learn to listen to somebody's body and find out what they like? Communication, feedback.
That's exactly what my answer is, yeah.
Yeah, I just answered the question for you because your answer was shit. What's your favourite position?
The romantic one, innit? Missionary.
Why?
Because it's romantic and you look into each other's eyes. And snog. Love snogging.
That looks like a terrible snog. The worst snog. That's probably what you look like when you give head, though, I can imagine.
You think? Wrong.
No. You've got good lips. You should use them more. Have you motivated a clitoris before?
Probably.
Has it worked?
I don't know, but it's fun.
Would advise. Kiell, are you confident naked?
Yeah, but I think I'm out of shape at the moment, which is bad news because I've got a holiday soon.
Does that make a difference, though? I mean, because I think as women, like, there's loads and loads of focus on our bodies, and I think there is that pressure for men as well. Do you feel less confident if you're not in shape, or have you reached a point where you're like, fuck it?
Well, I'm in a relationship, so it's just like, you're getting this every day.
Lucky you.
The view and the sex. I feel like it does depend on whether I feel in shape or not, whether or not I'm confident. I'll sort of spend less time in completely naked.
Ask me anything you want.
Really?
Yeah, go on.
Have you got one that got away?
Kind of, yeah, I think. But I don't feel like that about them. Like, if I look back on it, I can look and think, actually, that would have been really good for me, objectively.
At the time?
No, probably like it would have worked out and my life would have been really different if I'd stayed with them.
Yes.
But I don't feel like that could ever have happened because of where I was, what I was going through.
Understood.
And I needed to go through what I went through to get to the place that I'm at now. I couldn't handle like a relationship at that point because of everything that was going on with me. Like there was, when I was, younger, and I'm talking about when I was in my early 20s, I didn't feel like I deserved or was worthy of love, but also because I hadn't dealt with, my mum's death. This was before my sister got ill. Whatever someone did for me, it was never enough because it wasn't fulfilling like what had been lost in losing my mum.
Yeah.
And so I've had to kind of work on that. So now it's like, I'm a whole complete person, and actually I don't need anyone to fill any holes. Excuse the pun, I do, but I don't, you know?
Yeah.
Like, physically I do, but metaphorically I don't.
Yeah.
And so now...
It's a good name for a book.
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now I don't need anyone to fill my metaphorical holes.
Sure.
It means that I'm in a much better place. So if I'd met that person now, it would have been great. But meeting them, you know, like 18 years ago,
Yes.
19 years ago, just meant that it couldn't work. What advice do you have to other people for being confident naked?
This is the only one you've got.
What, penis?
Body. So just like embrace it, I guess. And also, I think the more that you actually look at it, the more you'll start to be like, yeah, this is me. I used to have sex with this girl who would only have sex under the sheets with the lights off. And she wouldn't take her clothes off before that.
I think that's really sad.
Yeah. I hated it. I was like, come on. She was a mother, so she had like stretch marks and that stuff, and she didn't like.
Do guys care about that? I mean,
No. I mean, I guess it's another like growth thing, because when I was younger, I guess I'd be like, man. But like growing up and appreciating like what a real body is and a natural body and all of that stuff. Like, give me them tiger marks. Rawr.
The more time you spend naked and seeing your own body naked, the more confident you get, because it's just like, this is it, and you get used to seeing it rather than when you hide it and then you do like take a peek and you're like, ooh. The girl that you slept with who would wear a t-shirt, lights off, under the sheets or keep her clothes on. I just think it's really sad, because when you feel that unconfident about your body, which I don't think I felt that level of unconfidence, but I certainly have felt unconfident in my body, you're not able to be present and enjoy what's happening.
No.
Because all you're thinking about is he thinking this? Is he thinking that? Do I look like this? Do I look like that? So it takes some of the pleasure out of sex when you're that self-conscious, I guess.
Yeah. She's married now. I don't know if that's true. I don't know where she is.
Basically, every woman you've ever slept with is married. I feel like you're sowing the seed so that if you are ever single and, you know, and you want to get back out there, women will be like, right, if I want to get married, I know what to do. I just need to have sex with Kiell, and then it's going to happen. My husband will appear. What's something non-sexual that turns you on?
Being gifted food. Nothing like it.
What's that?
My girlfriend sometimes will just send me delivery.
Do men like...
Or Uber Eats.
Either one is fine. Do men like that? You know.
I love that stuff. Favourite. But it's got to be for the right person as well. You can't just have strangers sending you moochie balls. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. You've got to get the moochie balls from the right people. You can't just have any balls in your face.
Yeah.
They've got to be the right
ones.
Balls in your face.
And flavour.
Do men like it when women buy things for them? Like,
do you know what it is though? I think like there's some places and there's some demographics who are like used to that. And I think that like, especially when I was growing up, a lot of young black men was taught that like you have to have the money and you have to do the gifting and you have to get girls this and they like that when you get them this. So I felt like it was never really in the culture to like receive gifts from women, girls at the time. And then when that started, I feel like you really appreciate it because it wasn't done. So when I was around like in my sort of mid-20s and like I'd get a gift from a girl and I'd really appreciate it because it was not something I was used to. And I still feel like that.
but I feel like that's like it's a really nice thing to do, isn't it? I think sometimes like that can be overlooked and it's like, this is what men do, this is what women do. And actually it's 2024, we can just mix it all up. It's nice to know that you're appreciated, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's important for every human to know that they are appreciated. What would ruin the moment for you? What's your biggest turn off?
The dog coming in.
What if the dog comes in and stares at you? Have you got a dog?
In a way, yeah.
Or your partner has a dog? Because they do that. They'll
love that.
eyeball you.
Yeah,
They just watch like that.
Yeah.
It's like they're watching David Attenborough's nature programmes.
Oh, it's a reversal, isn't it? Instead of us watching the nature, they're watching us.
Yeah, like that.
It can be nature too. There's also blood is a turn off for me.
PTSD for you.
It is PTSD.
So you don't have
also
sex with someone when they're on their period? You don't?
No. I can't mix the idea of anything sexy and blood because to me blood means pain. So like any sort of like potential for blood is like nah, because I associate that immediately with pain.
You were doing so well until this point.
Well, you have to fall at some hurdles.
You do.
Is that a hurdle?
I mean, I think, like, personally for me, A, when I'm on my period, I'm really horny. Can't help it. It's just the way nature made me. And B, it's like, it really helps period pains.
Really?
For me, yeah, it makes it better. And I think there is science to back that. And yeah, I don't want to not have sex with someone for like 5-6 days while I'm waiting for my period to end. And I just think you just jump in the shower afterwards and wash it off.
Yeah, but you can't wash the image out of your mind.
I know, but I don't have that same like attachment to blood as you do.
Yeah.
And clearly some of the guys that I've been with don't either. I guess it's like personal preference, but it would be, you know, if you're in a committed relationship with someone, it would be, and you both enjoy sex, it's going to be quite difficult if, you know, like 1 week out of the month or whatever, you just can't have sex because... just put a blindfold on. You could do that.
Just put a blindfold on?
On you, and it would be fine. And she could get on top of you. I've thought it all out.
Yeah? All right, so, pop me over a PDF and I'll do a presentation on the projector.
Give it a whirl. Do you think that a woman has ever faked an orgasm with you?
Do I think so? I mean, statistically, probably.
I'd say statistically, definitely. Especially when you told me about the sex you were having in your earlier days.
Yeah, but, like, they weren't bothered about orgasms then, about even pretending to orgasm. It was just like, oh, well, that's finished. Yeah,
I suppose when you're young like that, as a woman, you don't really have any power. You don't really know what sex is or what pleasurable sex is.
Were you shagging when you were younger?
I lost my virginity when I was 15, yeah.
But I mean, when I say shagging, I mean like...
Was I a top shagger?
No, as in what I was talking about where it's sort of just like drop the trousers a little bit.
No. I mean, I had a one-night stand when I was 16 that I told you about.
Yeah. But otherwise... But I was in a bed.
Yeah, it was in a bed.
Yeah, it was romantic.
I wouldn't call it that. But other than that, I had boyfriends. I was like having sex with them.
Yeah. When I lost my virginity, I played, I had a CD.
Yeah.
I had like a CD to lose my virginity to.
And how many songs did you get through?
4.
Wow, that's quite good, because that's probably about 15 minutes.
12.
12 minutes. What was on there?
Blackstreet Deep was on there.
Yeah.
Cisco, Is Love Enough?
Oh, wow, you went for all the romantic.
Yeah, because I'm an R&B guy, so I'm like...
You put all the romantic songs on there to just...
Yeah.
Do terrible shagging.
No, I think it was probably... Because I was like serious about her.
Oh, you did really like her.
Yeah,
you just didn't know how to have sex.
No, but I knew how to play them songs. DJ.
Run the rhythm.
DJ.
Have you ever faked an orgasm?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Why?
Get it over and done with.
Is that where your acting skills come in handy?
Wrap that shit up. Yeah.
But why couldn't you just come naturally? Why did you have to fake? What was bad?
The sex.
Why? What was making it bad?
Just like being out of sync. Because sometimes it's not always necessarily that like their rhythm is off. Sometimes you can just be out of sync. There was a time where I was talking to this girl for a while and we really got on and our personalities were like a really good fit and everything was great apart from the sex. That was bad to realise.
Did you talk a lot first and you were like, I'm really attracted to her, I really like her, before you had sex?
Yeah.
And then you had sex?
Yeah. Bad.
And then you had to fake an orgasm?
No, sorry, that's not the same person. But I'm saying that was an example of being out of sync rather than like this person's got no rhythm. It was just like we weren't compatible in bed. And it's a shame because we were compatible in other ways. Mm. Yeah.
You weren't sexually compatible?
No.
But the times when how many times would you say you faked an orgasm? Have you lost count?
No, not that many, I reckon. Probably like single digits.
Okay. But it's just because it's not good sex?
No. Let's get that done.
Are you good at faking orgasms?
Probably. I haven't had to in quite some time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I imagine so.
As an actor?
Yeah. Give me a role and I'll see.
Give me a what?
Role.
You're a man who's met a woman online and you've been speaking for months.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And you get on really well.
I could draw
from
memory.
And then you go and you have sex with her and you realise this just doesn't work. It's just, and we're going to be here all night. And I don't want to, disappoint her or for her to think that, it's her.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to fake this. Okay. And then you do a fake orgasm.
Right.
Brilliant. I was convinced, and I'm so glad that we did all of that for that. It was epic. It's been a pleasure to have you in bed. I've really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Have you?
Likewise, yeah. Yeah, we got there in the end.
We did. Well done. What's the name of my book?
Filling holes.
Filling holes. We got there in the end.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh no, should we
The
go
lights, you'll do that.
we'll go to bed now.
Oh.
I'll clap the lights then.
Yeah.
Go on then, you do it.
Night.
Don't snore or dribble on me.
Oh, I will.
Get your alphabet tongue away. It sounds like you're farting from your mouth.